Good morning. This is meteorologist Steve Krasinski with your storm scoop from Weather Briefings. It is Wednesday, October 21st, 2020. We'll call this one Shock and Awe. So, just start off, we're still droughting, especially in the Northeast, in particular the New England states. We are still very dry, even with 2 rounds of rain bringing about an inch each. Over the last week or so, we are just still in that extreme or excessive drought. So next week might be the breaker, so we'll see. This is an impressive amount of snow across North America over the next 7 days. You can see a trough even brings things into Texas, which is just insane to see. Snow could usually dip unusually far south for October in the plains early next week, so this might be a little bit of a extreme measure. You might have to cut this off right around here, but we'll see. Quick look at some satellite imagery of the tropical Atlantic this morning. We have Tropical Storm Epsilon still lopsided, but trying to strengthen southeast of Bermuda. Down in the Caribbean, the National Hurricane Center has put their yellow mark near Honduras, but I am a little more interested in what's happening northeast of Panama. Here's the latest forecast for Tropical Storm Epsilon. The storm is expected to pass east of Bermuda as a hurricane. It hasn't gotten to that yet. We're expecting that transition over the next 24 to 48 hours. Actually, more like the 48 to 72 hours, sorry. The storm is expected to pass east of Bermuda as a hurricane, recurve well out to sea away from the east coast, so not even waves there. No big surf or anything like that. It's a non-starter for us. Looking at it again this morning, it's perfect storm similarity. The subtropical tropical hurricane born at the core of a large upper level low. If you remember that perfect storm back in the 90s, they made a movie about it. The upper level low is so expansive it has light winds at its center aloft. A little cocoon for a shallow ceiling hurricane to arise within. It's pretty cool. Some items of interest to finish up this feature here. We'll start the Western Caribbean, perhaps leading to potential development of disturbance in the long range. Again, we talked about mid-October as potential for these storms to come back. We now have 2, or 1.5 rather, you'd say. And our last item of interest, Eastern Russia feature. We talked about this the other day, off to the Arctic and then to North America, shaking up the eastern U.S. pattern. Mongolia's feature will kick the North Pacific along, and the combination is for late October. There'll be a thermal clash along the Appalachians and the eastern coastal plain. So you'll have a tropical feed in one end and then a polar kick in the other, and that should bring maybe a little bit of severe weather, but also some unsettled weather. So that's going to be it for today. Again, trying to keep these a little more brief. So we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll do a long range look at the models. I kind of want to start doing that on Thursdays, just make that the model day. So we'll talk a little bit about the hurricane, or tropical storm rather. Maybe it'll be a hurricane by then. We'll see. Anyway, I'm meteorologist Steve Krasinski. This was your storm brief, your weather briefings storm scoop update.